Hey guys, Carnage 6 Max here, back again with another commentary, but the main event, you guys, today is not my commentary. It's going to be what you're seeing in the background here, which is a double DNA bomb by Carnage Swifty, and it's just not another, ASM1 double DNA or a BAL double. Nope. This one's with the Pytaek. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but it's I call it the Pytaek. It's a Pytaek double DNA bomb here on the map Riot. One of my personal favorite maps, without a doubt. It's definitely a fun map. I get some pretty good gameplays with it, just personally. I have a lot of fun playing it. I think it's balanced. The B flag's insane, just all that kind of stuff. The outside's kind of cool. I just think the environment's pretty cool. But back to the Pytaek, you guys. So why is this so impressive with this gun? Well, we all know with the new, exo movements, how important your mobility is. And well, this gun's actually a heavy weapon, so you move a lot slower, as you guys probably know. And so you're instantly at a disadvantage anytime you use, one of the heavy weapons. They're tough to use in Advanced Warfare, especially. They were tough in the past Call of Duties, but especially in this game because you just need to move so fast. And so it makes it extra hard to pull off great gameplays like Swifty did here with this gun. You can also find the Pytaek in the campaign as well, which is actually pretty fun to use on there. But this gun is actually one of my personal favorites in the heavy weapon category because it has a decent damage and a decent rate of fire as well. But it has one of the best accuracy ratings out of any of the heavy weapons as well, which is huge for me. I like guns that are really accurate. I don't like the guns that have an extremely low rate of fire. They just have kind of like a moderate rate of fire, but they're extremely accurate. They're like laser guns. I love that. Now keep in mind, though, its aim down sight with this gun is really slow, so you definitely want to run with quick draw on this gun. The Pytaek also has something kind of really weird about the recoil on it. So the first 10 or so shots have a pretty heavy recoil, but every shot after that has just about zero recoil, which is crazy. And so you can do some good damage with this gun if you burst fire it from a distance and stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying the new Havoc DLC that just recently came out. I know everybody's been playing Exo Zombies like crazy, which I'm pretty stoked to try out for sure. It's not going to be quite like, World at War Zombies or Black Ops Zombies, but it'll still be a huge upgrade to like Exo Survival and Extinction, that's for sure. I mean, Extinction wasn't really that big of a hit. It was just kind of like, meh. And Exo Survival, pretty much the same thing. You don't really see, people posting that on YouTube or anything like that. It's just kind of, like, meh, it's decent, whatever. Maybe if you're extremely bored, you'll play it, but not really that many people play it. And but we also saw some other pretty decent changes with the new DLC as well, you guys. They buffed up the shotguns a little bit, so those are going to be a little bit better than they have been. And also, there was a pretty significant patch to the kill feed as well. I actually posted a video about this on my channel, and it'll have a major impact on the sniping community. Actually, not a lot of people know about this. Some do, some don't, but the kill feed used to stay up a lot longer than just about any of the Call of Duties ever before. It might have been more than any Call of Duty in history. I don't, don't quote me on that. I don't want to say that for sure, but I think it was. But now it's actually going to be shorter, kind of like the old Call of Duty. So like the sniping standards will kind of go back to the way they used to be with the 4-mans and the 5-man feeds and stuff like that, which is pretty big because lately we've been seeing a lot of snipers kind of go back and play Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2 and stuff like that. And I think Michael Condrey and those guys over at Sledgehammer Games, I think they noticed this because they actually, for the new Havoc DLC, they invited some YouTubers out to play the game early, record some footage, kind of talk about it, kind of just talk about some things with the game, some improvements and things like that. And they actually invited Pytaek out there, a guy that used to be in FaZe. He has like 1.5 million subscribers. He's a big sniper in the community. He's always sniping, and he has a lot of pull in the community, in the sniping community. And they actually invited him out there, which is, in my opinion, I don't think I've ever really heard of that too much, where they're inviting snipers out to kind of like test the game early and play the game early and get information about the game and stuff like that, because usually snipers are not really like tips and tricks or info type players or type YouTubers necessarily. So but they actually invited Pytaek out there, and I kind of think, my theory behind it is I think that they invited Pytaek because they kind of saw that the sniping community wasn't really, it was kind of tapering off with Advanced Warfare. They thought it was going to be a big hit, but they kind of realized that some of the popularity with the sniping has kind of been going downhill a little bit, so they wanted to probably, I'm just guessing that they wanted to invite Pytaek out there, get his opinion on some few things. So they have made some changes for sure, you guys. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that gameplay there by Carnage Swifty. Make sure you guys drop a thumbs up down below. We'd appreciate that a ton. But again, this has been Carnage 6 Max, and I will talk to you all very soon in my next video.